More on this. Let's bring in Jonathan Schanzer. He's joining us from our Washington studio. He's Vice President for Research at the Foundation for Defense of Democracies, and it's a nonpartisan policy institute. Mr. Schanzer, thanks for your time.
Pleasure.
You know, some might say this is now, it appears to be at least a bit of a standoff here between Israel and the United Nations, because, as you know, the UN, it seems, is threatening to treat that attack on that UN school as a potential war crime case against Israel. And Israel takes great offense and says, really, you should be pointing at Hamas. They are to blame. What do you make? Is this an impasse? And what does this now do to, you know, hopes of a ceasefire and a diplomatic solution?
Well, there are a couple things to unpack here. Number one is that the relationship between the United Nations and Israel has not been a very pleasant one over the years. The Israelis, quite frankly, are outnumbered. You've got 50-plus Muslim countries that regularly go after Israel. That doesn't even include the non-aligned movement and perhaps some other countries that have a significant Muslim minority. And so the Israelis constantly feel that they're under fire. The great majority of condemnations that come through the United Nations are against Israel, despite a huge number of other atrocities that take place around the world. And so I don't think the Israelis are surprised at all about this, and I think that this impasse is very predictable. As for the ceasefire, I actually see some good news right now. There appears to be a Palestinian delegation that has arrived in Cairo. The Egyptians are apparently asking the Israelis to start to slow down their targeting of Hamas in the Gaza Strip. Last night, actually, the number of targets hit overnight dropped by, I think, about 75%. And so it appears that maybe, just maybe, things could be coming to maybe just a slightly more quiet place.
So that certainly is good news if it continues to move in that direction. But let's talk about why Israel says it continues to intensify attacks. They want to destroy all of these underground tunnels built by Hamas and militants. Is that a futile goal in the sense that, you know, how do they then prevent new tunnels from being built?
Well, that's actually their biggest problem. As I understand it, there are about 36 tunnels that have been found over the last couple of weeks. I think more than 2/3 of them have been destroyed. They're not easy to destroy. It takes a significant amount of engineers on the ground there with explosives to destroy these tunnels and to do that in a responsible way. But of course, the problem is, you know, can the Palestinians not just get back underground and start digging again? Can Hamas not keep doing that? And I think, look, the Israelis have ceded to the fact that this is something that is going to be ongoing. One of the things the Israelis have done is they have now invested a significant amount of money and effort into tunnel discovery technology that they expect should be up online within the next year or so. The question is, what do they do in the next year?
Jonathan Schanzer with the Foundation for Defense of Democracies joining us. We appreciate your time. Thank you.
Sure thing.